Live Postgame Show. Jimmy, we just found out as you were wrapping up Donovan Live tonight, Carlos Santana of the Cleveland Indians will start for the American League at first base in next month's All-Star Game. I say next month. It's coming up very quickly, but the All-Star Game will have an Indians representative as a starter.
Well, thank heavens.
You're right.
I mean, if you're going to have the game, you're going to go. We're all going to go do all the work and jump through hoops to make Major League Baseball happy. We got to have a guy in there. I mean, back in '97, we had a bunch of guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the Indians were, one of the best teams, if not they were the best team in the American League that year.
Yeah.
They went to the World Series. So thank heavens he's having a great year. He's made himself a terrific player.
Yeah.
And most of it is due to the Indians being very patient with him. He's becoming, I think, a superb first baseman. He's a great hitter. He's a guy that takes a walk.
Yeah.
He's kind of a complete player. He really is. I think I think it was a brilliant move to bring him back.
Yeah,
I think there were some bad moves that they let guys.
Nobody doesn't like Jim Donovan.
The Donovan Live Postgame Show. Jimmy, we just found out as you were wrapping up Donovan Live tonight, Carlos Santana of the Cleveland Indians will start for the American League at first base in next month's All-Star Game. I say next month. It's coming up very quickly, but the All-Star Game will have an Indians representative as a starter.
Well, thank heavens.
You're right.
I mean, if you're going to have the game, you're going to go. We're all going to go do all the work and jump through hoops to make Major League Baseball happy. We got to have a guy in there. I mean, back in '97, we had a bunch of guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the Indians were, one of the best teams, if not they were the best team in the American League that year.
Yeah.
They went to the World Series. So thank heavens he's having a great year. He's made himself a terrific player.
Yeah.
And most of it is due to the Indians being very patient with him. He's becoming, I think, a superb first baseman. He's a great hitter. He's a guy that takes a walk.
Yeah.
He's kind of a complete player. He really is. I think I think it was a brilliant move to bring him back.
Yeah,
I think there were some bad moves that they let guys go, but I think they bailed themselves out, I think, in the offseason by bringing him back.
Yeah, it felt like at the time it was just, a lot of it, we want to be out from under Edwin Encarnacion's, big contract, and I know Carlos's isn't a small contract either, but I remember talking with you about it in the offseason thinking that, all right, you're bringing back a guy who, as Jimmy said, plays very good defense, has Gold Glove type stuff at first base. He gets on base, he draws walks. You can plug him in virtually anywhere in the batting order, and at times, Terry Francona's used him as a leadoff hitter back in the day. He really brings a lot to the ball club. And I think he was genuinely happy to be back here, to be traded back here. And
well, he never sold his house.
Yeah.
When he left.
Yeah.
I mean, he maintained a residence, or at least a property here. And so I think that it's a great thing for him. Congratulations to him, I have to tell you, because there were times, and he made himself a really good first baseman. I mean, a lot of people think that when you have a guy at first base, he's there basically because of his bat.
Right.
And if you get him to catch the ball, then that's all it is. He's much more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think has always been their best option at first base, but he made himself a really good first baseman, and it was just through a lot of work and repetition, and I think he's made himself a great hitter. He's got a great eye at the plate. A lot of people think sometimes he takes too many walks, that he's too patient at the plate, but he gets on base. He's got great power. He's having a good power year this year. I mean, he's had a great homestand, and they had a great homestand because of him. So I think it's a fit for him. I congratulate him.
Do you like what Major League Baseball did this year? In the past it was just, all right, you're going to have fan vote from like Memorial Day until the end of June, and who's ever got the most votes, that's your winner, and you're done. In this case, if you didn't understand how it worked, it was, they took the total from like May 28th until like June 24th, and then the top three got put into a pool and basically back to zero. And for 28 hours, starting yesterday and to today, people voted again. And the winner of that vote was the one who got it elected. Do you like how they kind of figured this out? I mean, it worked out well for Carlos Santana, but do you like what Major League Baseball did with this?
Yeah, I did. I kind of liked it. I can remember one time being down at the old stadium, and there were a couple of guys that were down there just punching the ballots.
Yes.
And they had stacks and stacks of ballots that would get, that would all of a sudden, turn around votes, and they would try and get an Indians player in. I don't know who the player was at the time. It might have been like Brett Butler or something like that.
Corey Snyder, somebody like that.
Somebody like that. But they just had stacks, and
Yeah.
the ushers would bring down
absolutely.
a box
Absolutely.
of ballots to them. So I didn't, I thought that was kind of rinky-dinky. Yeah, I mean, this is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not a big All-Star guy, to be honest with you. I mean, but, of all the All-Star games in Major League Sports right now, this is probably the best.
Yeah.
And it really is. There is a sense. I mean, I'm glad that I am glad Dino. I'm glad that there's no more home field advantage in the World Series to the league who wins it.
And I know that worked out. That worked out okay for the Indians in 2016. Well,
other than the fact that they didn't win at home.
The series, but it was fine. But yeah, I don't like that either.
Well, I mean that's really rinky-dink. I mean you're taking it out of. You're taking the body of work of 162 games and what they accomplish, and if they had the best record, they should be rewarded for the best record, not just in their league, but in the World Series. I mean, it is the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
They should get a plum for that, and that, I just didn't like that. But that was all wasn't that all during the time where they had the tie game?
Yes, yeah.
And everyone's saying, oh, my gosh, why do we even have this thing anymore? So they had to do something to make it, give an incentive.
Yeah. This time it counts was I think their tagline for a long time.
I'm glad that's gone.
Yeah. I would imagine, and again, All-Star games are All-Star, but I would imagine, I was talking about it with our own Tyler Carey a few minutes ago, probably 2 other Indians, maybe 3 might also get in. I would think Brad Hand, despite what happened the other day against the Royals, the Tribe closer probably gets in. I think Lindor's got a shot. I mean, he's
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
he's on every All-Star banner.
Right. I mean, I really hope so.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, really, you walk down every street, and his face is on the All-Star pictures.
Yeah.
There might be first he was hurt at the beginning of the
that's
really
the concern.
The other thing is the other thing that comes to mind, and it kind of goes along with the whole Mike Trout being the best player in baseball who nobody sees play. I'm wondering if enough people see Lindor enough around the country. And I desperately don't want to see, I don't want that to change because he goes to another team.
Right.
Like if he goes to the Red Sox or he goes to the
Yankees or the Cubs.
when this contract situation comes up. And now people say, oh, my goodness, look at him. I mean, this is the greatest shortstop in the game. But really, it all started in Cleveland. So I wonder if that's, because he's not seen nationally right now. Is anyone seen nationally in baseball? I mean, the game of the week is gone. The mystique of the game of the week.
Because I never know when to get it. Like it used to be
where it is.
It used
not
to be
always on
Saturday, here on Channel 3 for a long time. It was Saturday, it was NBC, Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola. 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. You always knew when to you could see the game. Now it's like the game of the week. Sometimes it's at 1, sometimes it's at 4, sometimes it's at night. And
sometimes
the
it's
different
on
networks.
Fox, sometimes it's on FS1. I mean,
Right. So I think, there's that connection, and sometimes it doesn't get reestablished until the All-Star game, and then, bam, it's gone.
Yeah. And, when you get into the ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, things like that, there's a lot of Red Sox-Yankees.
Yes.
And, of course, this weekend it's Red Sox-Yankees from London.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, they're playing a 2-game series over there. So there's a lot of repetitive things. There's a lot of Cubs-Cardinals. You're not going to get the Indians-Orioles this weekend on national TV.
But, real quick
and
with
the nation thanks
That's
you for
right.
that.
I got to be honest with you, thinking about where the Indians were a month ago, knowing obviously that the All-Star game was coming and it was going to be a big part of this season for the Indians, no matter what they do. But I was concerned that by this point, the Indians would be sellers and we would be at a point where they would almost be irrelevant. But, man, Jimmy, I mean, they've really picked it up. And a lot of it is, being able to beat some of the bad teams, the Tigers, the Royals, everything. But, the infusion they have gotten from the young guys that they've brought up from AAA is pretty, for everything that Lindor, Bauer, or whatever the veterans are, it's been the infusion of the kids, I think, that's really made the difference.
Well, yeah, I mean, you take a look at last weekend. I mean, they bring that kid up on Saturday for a spot start, Cervali, and he gives them a great start. He gives them 6 innings. They win the game over the Tigers, and then he goes back down, and then John Edwards comes up. But, I mean, you're right. I mean, they bring Bradley up, and he gets them a couple of big hits on Saturday. He got a big hit the other night. He had a couple of RBIs. He's got a little bit of a hole in his swing right now on the breaking ball, but still, I mean, Mercado, I think, is really up to stay. But there's a guy that really has done a great job, I think, that I wasn't so sure about. I was a big Yan Gomes guy, and I didn't like it when they got rid of Gomes as one of the people that they got rid of in the offseason. But Roberto Perez has done a really good job. He's given them power that I didn't, quite frankly, think that he had in those kind of numbers.
No,
I thought he'd hit an eventual, a home run, a spray home run.
You'd think he'd hit 10 to 12 home runs in a season, not 13 home runs before the All-Star break.
Right,
I mean, and it's making up for the fact that you're still not getting that All-Star caliber production from the guy that's been in the All-Star game the last couple of years, and Jose Ramirez. You're still not getting those productive numbers. Right. So, I mean, it used to be whatever you could get from Perez as a bonus, but, I mean, you're really relying on him now to be one of your top power hitters. And the other guy, and it's funny, if you didn't see Donovan Live at the end, and we have it also here on our Facebook page and on YouTube, Jason Kipnis, in fact, he got pulled over by police and the cop was snarky with him for speeding is one thing, but he's picked up his average about 50 points since May.
Yeah, he had he really has. I mean, he was below the Mendoza line, okay? He was hitting 198 when he got pulled over. He's at 248, I think, right now. And, he had a walk-off home run the other night.
Yeah, there you see it right there.
There it is right there. Yep.
Here it is. Tyler, you have the sound?
That's not working.
Okay, that's all right. You can catch it again at WKYC.com. It's hilarious, and I'm happy for Kipnis because look, he's a guy that he's a Terry Francona guy. It's like one of those guys that Tito just has a hard time ever saying anything bad about benching, whatever. He's a Tito guy. And a lot of people
he plays cribbage with Tito, like Dustin Pedroia used to do.
Exactly.
For every game.
Yeah.
They used to play in the clubhouse. Tito seems to have an affection for second baseman.
I think he does.
Yeah, Pedroia was there, and now he's there. There was an interesting conversation on the MLB Network this morning, and I tuned into their show MLB Central, and they were talking about, the trade deadline coming up, who would be buyers, who would be sellers. Trevor Bauer was still in the category of a guy that a lot of teams that think that they can contend would like to get. And one of the experts said they could see the Indians still trading Bauer, but still being in the hunt and could definitely, they're in a wild card position right now, could still make it to the playoffs because of the depth of pitching and quality starts that they're getting from these guys that are coming up from Columbus, fitting in the rotation, and that Bauer could go, help them in the process of gathering some assets, probably prospects, and still the team could contend. Now, I don't know about that, Dino, but I'll tell you what, the Trevor Bauer who pitched yesterday was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was a bulldog. Yeah. He was
127
great.
pitches.
He was great. And you look at what they've gotten from him. I think Bieber has been very solid. I think Plesac has been terrific. Yeah. You didn't know what to expect from him. And then keep in mind, tomorrow, Mike Clevenger's off the injured list and back starting this time, hopefully to stay this time after coming back for literally 4 innings after being on the IL before. But if Clevenger is back to where I think the Indians think he can be, that may go a long way in making that decision if somebody knocks their socks off in a trade offer.
Yeah, Bauer, he was right up there with Madison Bumgarner, and, they also had Mike Minor up there, and I don't think Minor, Texas is in a wild card position too, and I just don't think Texas would wave the white flag and get rid of him. But, Madison Bumgarner and Bauer appear to be 2 names that teams would say, wow, you add them. You take Trevor Bauer and put him with the Yankees right now, and with that lineup, but the problems they're having with their pitching, and they're having it in twofold. The Yankees could use Brad Hand, too.
Yeah.
They're having a lot of
But
trouble.
I don't think I think Brad Hand's off the table as long as the Indians are still where they are at the wild card.
Right. But you take Bauer and put him in that Yankee rotation, and they become a team that
Everything
would
changes.
be very difficult. Yeah, very difficult to beat.
And I still think the Dodgers are a team
Probably,
that would be burning up Chris Antonetti's phone line because they're always in the need for pitching. And again, they've got what the Indians covet, which is young position player talent that's ready that may not be in the majors in one organization, but you bring somebody from LA, from their organization out here to Cleveland, they might be ready to start in the outfield right away or start in the field right away.
Yeah, right. So we'll wait and see on that. That will be soon after the All-Star Game here in Cleveland. And you're right. I mean, you don't know what the category the Indians fall in. Would it be buyers? Would it be sellers? I think everybody really thought, even as the year started, they would be sellers.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought they were going to sell Kluber even before the year began. I mean, there were all kinds of rumors that they were there. They've had ongoing talks about Bauer. They just haven't gotten the right compensation package in return, and they've turned their head to all the offers. But those offers have been plentiful.
Last thing, I mean, I know you were paying attention to the Twins-Rays game before.
Well, it was in the
show.
18th inning before I came over here. So
can the Indians, as they are, catch Minnesota?
Well, I think it's more, can Minnesota
keep up this pace?
Keep up this
light.
This is really, were they 52 and 27 or something like that, or in that range? That's amazing. I mean, I think a lot of people thought they would be much better than they were last year. Remember now, 2 years ago they make the playoffs, right? They were a wild card team. They lose to the Yankees. Big things were expected. Paul Molitor was the manager of the year, wasn't he? And they had that awful start to the year last year, and they never could overcome that. And then they make the change at manager, and they come out this year, and they're obviously healthy, and they're really playing well. So I think it's more a question, will they hang on?
Yeah.
Now, they've had tougher games, if you've noticed this week. They're not every game's been kind of tough for them. I mean, they had one blowout win over Tampa, but every other game's been tough. Even over the weekend against Kansas City before they came to Cleveland, those were all 10-inning games. Top of the ninth, they come up with a couple of runs. So things are getting a little tougher. I mean, it all evens out in the end. I think that's the better question. Can they hang on?
Can they hang on?
I think the Indians, Terry Francona knows how to keep his team on an even keel. And I think they're on a very good keel right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing considering where they were and where they are now, and now we're talking about an all-star starter and heading into a weekend series with the Orioles, and we're getting closer and closer to the All-Star break, and they're in a much better place than I think we thought they were going to be. And you know what? A lot of it goes back to Terry Francona keeping everything together, and these young players come up. They do their jobs. They understand their roles. Some of them go back to Columbus. Some of them stay.
Yeah. Well, the other thing was once Lindor really got going after the injury and the time away, I mean, that's really helped them. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, he gives them a 1-0 lead.
Yep.
A lot during this period of time because he gets on base. He runs well. They get him in. They don't have to do anything dramatic to get him in because, I mean, he seems to start every game with a double into the gap. And that's so important. They get ahead.
And I love Mercado hitting right behind him,
and
who seems to be a really good contact hitter.
He is,
to put the ball in play.
Yeah, that's
good
very
stuff.
Good.
It's good stuff. Jimmy, thank you for stopping by after this All-Star news. We wanted to get your reaction. Enjoy the 4th of July. I know you're going to get
Thank you
some
very
well-deserved vacation from my friend and my
yeah.
partner. We'll see you back. By the time we do another one of these shows, it'll be All-Star time. So
okay.
That's why I tell you, it goes quick, folks. It goes very quick. So everybody else, though, enjoy the rest of the evening. More coverage on Carlos Santana getting elected as a starter to the All-Star Game at WKYC.com. Jimmy will have more tonight on Channel 3 News at 11. For Mr. Donovan, I'm Mr. DeNatale. Thanks for watching the Donovan Live Postgame Show on WKYC's Facebook Live and YouTube.